Hi, I'm Lisa Sim for WatchMojo, and today we're gonna do the How to Look Like Rihanna. So here we have Hannah. Last time we saw Hannah, she was a brunette, and then magically she's transformed herself into a fire engine red Chiquita. So, you know, we see this cover of Vogue. It's a nice soft pale eye, but there's like an intense red going on. Today I'm gonna work with a bunch of Arbonne products. I'm always gonna use with Sim Mineral Foundation to start with. For you, you're a fair girl. We're gonna use a little bit of cashmere all over to begin with. Taking the lid, grind it up. When you're dealing with a redhead, any little bit of redness that's in the skin is just going to be amplified. So we need to neutralize all that. And because this powder is really a 4-in-1, it's your powder, it's gonna act as your foundation, it's sunscreen to keep your fair skin from burning, and it's gonna be a concealer as well. What I can do is just take a little bit more of the cashmere. I'm gonna take this one. This is a Squirrel Large Fluff. You can take any large eyeshadow brush, even your fingertips to do this. Just applying it to the under eye. To a little C, inner corner, where there tends to be a little bit of shadowing going on. Across the lid. And anywhere that we need to just spot treat, just to conceal a little bit more. I'm gonna take the same brush, large fluff, or any large eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna go in with this. This is the Arbonne Mint Latte eyeshadow palette. I think it's really pretty. We're gonna go with the first shade, it's the lightest one, and we're gonna sweep that over the entire lid. There is a little bit of peachiness in this, which is great for contrasting against green eyes. So this is actually a great technique, color palette to be using if you're a green-eyed girl as well. Okay, so the next color that we're gonna go into is Suede. So it's the second darkest color. It's a little bit more of a soft, peachy shade. I'm gonna work that into the crease. I'm using a double angle brush because that tip is gonna stay nicely in the crease and the edges are gonna blend out naturally. And just open your eye a little bit. I'm gonna be pressing this now onto the brow bone so it just gets lifted up a little bit more. There's another little shade in here, it's called Chocolate. It's like a little bit bronzy, there's a little bit of gold fleck in it. We're gonna use that right on the corner of the outer crease. I can still use the same brush, but I think this time I'll use this one. It's an angle fluff, okay? So this should help define and just apply where you need it, just to the outer corner. So think of a little V in the outer corner. This is gonna add depth to the crease. I'm gonna take the Mini Deluxe Fluff, the double-ended one. I'm gonna take the smaller end, pick up the moss, which is the green, and we're just gonna add the green into the lower lash line. That green is gonna reflect back up into the eye and it's gonna pull out the green in her eye. So we've done a little bit of moss green eyeshadow underneath. If we wanna like bump that up, we can actually just take a little bit of green eyeliner, put that on top and then seal it back in with the moss afterwards. So I have a green automatic pencil, matches perfectly your top, who knew? And get that right into the lash line. And because we did moss as a base beforehand, it's not gonna be this hard line. So once we do that, we can go back to the original color and shadow with the same mini fluff, looking straight up, and we can seal it in. It just softens that line, holds it in. And then just to finish it off, I'm actually gonna go back to the more peachy color. I'm gonna use the other end of the Mini Deluxe Fluff. I'm gonna pop that into the middle of the lower lid. She's gonna keep her eyes open, and this is like the makeup artist trick. Go and mix the two medium shades. Tap off the excess, don't blow on it, keeping your eye open. We're gonna blend that up onto the brow bone. I'm not using the tip, I'm using the side of it. And kind of the technique that I'm doing is that I'm doing a light base, I'm working my way to the darkest colors, and then I go back to the lighter colors just so they all look fresh and pretty again. That first shade that we started with as a base, we'll pick it up and pop that in right underneath the arch of the brow again. Okay, so we're gonna go back and fill in little areas of the eyebrow. Also, because her brow is a different color from your hair, you think? We're gonna actually take a little bit of a brown that has a little bit of red undertone to it. So this one is called Java. Small angle brush, And it's really just to strengthen the arch. So without going into like having actually red eyebrows, you might want to have something that's a little bit more of an auburn eyebrow. Follow up with a little bit of mascara. Okay, well, you're not a little black chick with red hair, but you're a nice white girl with the red hair, and we're gonna go with a very peachy blush now. This one is called Blossom. Blossom, you remember that show? It sucked. Right on the top of the cheek. It's a nice fake smile. And we're not gonna overdo it, because really all we're doing is like putting blush there to like obviously bring out the shape of your cheekbone, and just to be that connection between what's gonna happen on the eyes and all the action on the lips. Take a smaller blush brush. You don't want something that's really wide because it's just gonna be like a massive redness all over her face. Then we can go into the lips because Rihanna's lips are like a fire engine red. So we're gonna go with something pretty intense here. So my recommendation here is both lipstick and liner. Forget the lip gloss. So we have Cherry lip liner, lips together, closed. So she could just rock this, maybe even a little bit of lip balm, and she's good to go. I'm gonna work with a strawberry lipstick on top. And you know, Hannah, when you're like wearing lipstick, it's always best to maybe exfoliate your lips beforehand. That way they don't look all crusty and crappy. That means when you're brushing your teeth in the morning, you take your toothbrush and brush the heck out of them beforehand. That's gonna take all the dead skin off. It's gonna increase the volume of the lip because it's gonna like increase the circulation, so all the blood is gonna rush to the lip. You won't have to do any injections in this case. And the lipsticks is gonna go on a lot smoother and it will be longer lasting. Okay, so this is it. This is the How to Look Like Rihanna's Vogue cover. Hannah has been gracious enough to like dye her hair red for us just for this opportunity. It's also great for people who have green eyes and just want to accentuate how to bring out the green in their hair, in their eyes. Yeah, you may not be wearing a see-through lace dress or hanging out in like $1 million yacht, you know, on the seashore, but you know, you can still definitely like wear this in daytime. You can go to school. It totally looks appropriate, looks fresh. It's going to be great for the springtime.
Awesome.
I want to thank Hannah for being my model of Rihanna today. I'm Lisa Sim, and you've been watching WatchMojo.com.